Hello, everybody. Hopefully, the internet isn't that bad because I'm currently, as you can tell, in a hotel room. Welcome back, everybody. So, the rumors are true. All the gossip, all the mutterings and quiet corners about strongman personal finance are true. I've been mobilized, I've been called to active duty. That's kind of a half truth. So, actually, I am on annual training for the military. As a lot of you may have realized, I am a military veteran and I'm also in the Army Reserves. And periodically, at least once a year, you have to do military training for 2 weeks out of the year. Now, I'm an officer, okay, and I'm currently working in human resources. I'm not going to tell you where I am or how long I'm going to be here because you're probably a bunch of dirty, disgusting Chinese spies. But I'm on my annual training right now. My main job is if there's a big war, my job is to like kind of count heads. So in this video, it's just a very simple video. I don't really have any stocks to talk about. I'm just going to talk about why I'm still in the reserves, why it's still the thing for me. So if you're not interested in the reserves, you don't care about the military as a side gig, which it is, then you can go watch a Jeremy Lofufu video. But I just flew in today. And the first thing I want to say, airport food is a sickening, disgusting grift. It is such a ripoff. I paid $16 for a freaking like a little bowl of Chinese food. It was a massive freaking grift, and I am not happy about that. Okay, but now I'm in my hotel room. I'm able to calm down. Okay, I'm gonna go stock up at Walmart later, and everything's gonna be good. But anyway, let's talk about the military. So why would you join the military? Well, if you are in high school or in college and you really don't know what to do, and you're like, hey, maybe I can get my college paid for, maybe I can get a guaranteed job, you can join the military. I joined the Army mostly because my dad was in the Army, but you can join any service branch you want. There's all sorts of things you can do, and you're going to owe a certain amount of time. Okay, I owed 4 years because I got a 4-year Army ROTC scholarship. The military paid for my school all 4 years. I got a room and board scholarship, and I got a monthly stipend while I was in college. So I literally got paid to go to college. And when I got out of college, I graduated, I commissioned, and I went ahead and went into the infantry, did 5 years in the infantry, deployed to Afghanistan, and then I got out in 2016. Now, the Army played a little fast one on me because they were like, hey, Chris, if you stay in the reserves, number one, you can get health care. And number two, if you finish your training, your captain's career course within 2 years, we'll give you a $20,000 bonus. I was like, man, I'm getting out of the military. I don't really have a job. $20,000 bonus. So I stayed in the reserves. But here was the trick, okay? I had to complete my basic or my captain's career course within 2 years in order to get this bonus. Guess what happened? I kept trying to get into it. I kept trying to get it done. And it was like, oh, we can't sign you up right now. Oh, it's taking a long time. Come back next drill. And guess what I didn't get? I didn't get my bonus. So they grifted me. They convinced me to stay in. And I didn't get my bonus, so I'm really pissed about that. But at the end of the day, it's still a good deal to stay in the reserves. Now, it's a better deal, in my opinion, if you're an officer because you get paid way more, especially as you move up the ranks. Especially for like 2 days of work, you get paid pretty freaking well. But even as an enlisted guy, let's say you enlist, you just want to be like a private or sergeant or whatever, you at least get health care, which is a huge, huge benefit. So honestly, like the military, the great thing about the Army for me, it's like, let's say I want to quit my job, right? Like, oh, I hate my current job. I want to move somewhere else. I don't have to worry about health insurance. I can literally quit my job, go to another job, or even be unemployed. And like while I'm searching for other jobs, and I still have healthcare. And we're going to look at the cost of the healthcare. This, in my opinion, is the number one benefit of being in the military reserves. Yeah, it's a pain, but you get freaking healthcare, and it's super cheap. Go look at your employer plans. Or at least look at what you're paying versus what I'm paying, and you'll see the healthcare is pretty good. But if you do decide to join the reserves, which I think you can join the reserves, like you don't even have to go active duty. You can just join the reserves. Basically, what you do is you do 2 weeks out of the year, usually in the summer, you have what's called annual training. and you just go and do whatever your unit does. That's what I'm doing right now. And then you have like basically monthly drills, which are generally 2 days a month. Sometimes they're 3 days a month. So you might have to take a Friday off from work, but generally it's 2 to 3 days a month. And when you do your annual training, you're getting that basic Army rate. So let's say, your monthly pay as a regular soldier is $3,000 a month, and you do 14 days of annual training. Well, you get basically $100 a day, 3,000 divided by 30. That's your rate that you get paid. For drills, you get double the rate. So you basically get paid for 2 days of regular active duty pay for 1 day of drill. So when I go and do 2 days of drill on the weekends, I get 4 days of active duty pay, which is pretty good as an officer, because it's like, I think my daily rate, we'll look at it, it's like $244 or something. So you multiply that times 4, you're almost at $1,000, and you just worked 2 days. Now it sucks because you got to do it on the weekend, usually not in my unit, but it's not a bad deal. Okay, that's why I say it's not a bad deal. So basically, like I was explaining, this is for people that are interested in the reserves. You have military reserve pay charts, and there's a lot of numbers on here. I get it. But let's say you join as an 01 second lieutenant, and this is your monthly pay right here. So your monthly pay as a second lieutenant, fresh out of college or whatever, no experience, is $3,637 a month, which may seem low, but there's actually more to it. We'll get to that later. But if you do drill, this is your daily rate right here. So let's say you have a 14-day training, and you're doing 14-day training. So 121 times 14, you get $1,697. Now your work may pay more than that, which most people's jobs probably pay more than that. So you'd have to either take leave from your employer, or maybe they like match it or whatever, or maybe they plus it up, whatever your employer does. But generally, if you have no other job, at least in the military as a reservist, you get like some kind of pay every year. Now, for a weekend, a second lieutenant's going to get $484.96. So for 2 days of work, you're getting almost $500. I mean, honestly, that's not bad. And that's like fresh out of college. Okay. Now I'm an 03. So my, what is my rate? I got like 10 years of experience. So this is my monthly paycheck right here. Okay. Let's say I was called to active duty. My base pay would be this number right here, $7,340. So if I was like called up, like let's say there was a war with China, right? My base pay before any like special incentives would be $88,000 a year. That's pretty freaking good. Okay. And that's not even including your housing allowance, which is tax-free. It's not bad. Okay. So even if I did get mobilized, I'd be like, whatever, pay me. But basically it's $244 a day. So if I do like a 14-day training, right, I get, let's see, 244.67, let's just say 14 days, $3,425. That's not bad. Now, is it? And for a weekend, just for 2 days, for like regular drills, I get almost $1,000. That's not that bad. Okay. So it's something to consider. Now, if you're enlisted, I mean, the pay isn't as hot, but eventually you can work your way up. For example, if you're a brand new private, okay, you get $255 for a weekend. I mean, everybody's going to start somewhere. I'm not bashing enlisted people, but the pay is a lot less. Okay, it takes a lot more time to really work your way up. But if you work your way up to like sergeant major, which is very hard to do, yeah, you can start making bank. You can make more than an officer, but it takes a long time to do that. So that's kind of how the military works. The reserves works, at least. You get 14 days where you get like regular pay, and it's all depending on how long your rank and how long you've been in the service. And then when you go to drill, which is once a month, you get basically for every day of work, you get paid double the pay. Not a bad deal, in my opinion. Now, the best thing about Tricare or about the military is Tricare, which is your reserve health insurance. Now, I think active duty, I think they get it cheaper than this. But my monthly health care is $340 a month for my family. $340 a month. Okay, that's nothing. That is dirt cheap. So even if I got fired from my job, at least I know my health care is covered. Not a bad deal now, is it, eh? And if you're single, look at this, $48 a month. So even if you're like a private, right? If you literally just need healthcare, let's say you're self-employed and you're not making a lot of money when you first start your business, you can, and you don't have a family, obviously, you can pay $48 a month and you have healthcare. And they even have dental. You can add dental to that on top of that. So you can be fully covered. And it ain't a bad deal. Okay. I remember when I was working for NASA, they wouldn't allow me. It was so stupid. Even though I was in the reserves, they wouldn't allow me to use the reserve healthcare. So I had to use the government healthcare. And it was like double the price. It was way more expensive. It was ridiculous. It was a ripoff. So I'm really glad I have this. And that's a big reason why I've stayed in. Now, another perk of the military is you get what's called a housing allowance. Now, this is generally for active duty, but they pay you a housing allowance. So when I was showing you my pay, I was like, oh, look, it's like, oh, $88K a year. And some people are like, oh, that's a lot. And some people are like, oh, that's not that much. Well, here's another big thing. The military literally pays your housing, okay? It's based on your rank and your whether you have dependents or not. So this is my area. I mean, obviously, you don't know my exact address because you're a bunch of stalkers, but I live in the Virginia Beach area. Now, your housing allowance, let's say you're an 03 with a family, $2,097 a month, tax-free. The military literally, this is if you go on active duty. You got a family, you live off the base, $2,097 a month, tax-free. And that's on top of $88,000 a year. Not bad. Not bad. So if they ever mobilize me, I'd be like, hey, I'm going to make bank. And then there's other benefits, but you also have this thing called BAS, which is BAS, which is a basic allowance for subsistence. It's basically your food allowance. So enlisted guys, they get $452 tax-free a month for food, and officers get $311.68. So you get free, they pay your mortgage for you. Like my mortgage is like less than this by a big amount. They give you free food. I mean, it's not, basically they give you a food allowance and they pay you a pretty decent amount. It's not bad. And then on top of that, you get decent healthcare. So these are all the reasons I'm still in the military. Now, do I like going and being stationed and wherever? It's top secret where I'm at right now. I'm not going to tell you. Does it suck to do this? Yes. Do I want to leave my family? No. But it's only for 14 days. Well, actually a little bit less because I had to adjust my schedule. But it's really not that bad. Okay, so it's something to consider. It's something to consider. You may not want to do the Army, and that's fine. I'm not trying to convince you to join the Army, but you could join the Air Force and just do like what I don't even know what they do. What does the Air Force do? I mean, I get it. There's like fighter pilots and stuff, right? But it's like they just chill and they get paid bank. I should have joined the Air Force, but it's too late for that. I'm stuck in the Army. The USSR. Yes, I'm currently stationed I'm currently in the Soviet Union right now. Oh my God, so cool. Isn't this cool? Isn't this hotel cool? I even brought my camera and my microphone for you guys so I can continue to grift and do scammy YouTube videos and sell stock picking courses while I'm at drill. Let's see. Oh, annual training. Pfft, yeah, clickbait title. I forgot you're still active. Wow, you stayed at a hotel while your soldiers are staying in crappy barracks. Everybody's actually in barracks. Or sorry, everybody's actually in hotels. I'm actually the lowest ranking guy. I think I'm the lowest ranking guy here. Let's see. Strongman can, yeah, I don't deal with that. Thank you for your service. Oh, thank you very much. Let's go, Strongman. Don't worry, we'll be doing stock videos, okay? I've been kind of behind, but you're not going to get videos during the day, but you will get them at night when I get done with duty. Strongman is the biggest grift for that. Oh, I'm grifting the heck out of the military. Airplane is poop. Oh my God, there was so much turbulence when I flew out. Oh, I got so sick. I wanted to vomit. It was so bad. But I survived. Damn, you're always on vacation. Yes, you know what's funny is like you have these grifters, right? And they're always in a hotel room because they're always on vacation. They're living the retired early life. So I'm gonna try to play it off as like, oh, I'm on vacation. See, I'm a grifter. I retired from options trading and I'm in a hotel. Ooh. Let's see. Dogman staying close to the money printer. Dang right. I need subscribers. We all need subscribers, manifesting abundance. We all need subscribers, okay? Let's see. Nobody can grift like the government can grift. Oh my God, dude, the government, they pay so well. It's crazy. It's crazy. Even my, actually make more here than at my full-time job. It's crazy. Whatever. How many balls did you have to tingle to become an officer? You just do Army ROTC. It's not that hard. It's really easy. I mean, actually, it's not that hard. You don't have to be like a warrior king to become an officer. Have you seen the Ponzi Factor YouTube channel? No, some other scammer. Those Buckies they do not. Sadly, I'm sorry. I can't believe people who are interested in stocks have. Is this like an ad? Let's see. Screw the money. If healthcare is good, you're selling me on that. If you've lost money by listening to Christopher Bell, you may be entitled to a cash settlement. Come get me. I'm 50. Can I join the reserves? I'm not a recruiter. You need to go talk to them. I mean, I hear there's manpower problems. I don't know. You know, maybe I hear they're having trouble meeting their recruiting goals. Go ask. I don't know. Maybe you can. Captain Bell reporting for duty. That's right. I actually haven't been on duty in a long time. So this was more than due. I needed to do this. Okay. I lost $1 billion from tattooed chef call. Strongman did. Can I get a cash settlement? Let's see. He said buy VT and Bitcoin went up more. That's true, man. You guys, the lawsuit's coming, baby. I'm crapping my pants right now. Let's see. Is it worth being in the military for 20 years? If you like it, yes, 100%. Here's why. You get a pension for life. For life. You get a check for life. Let's say I did, let's say I retired right now, okay? Oh, my wife's calling me. I'll call her back in a sec. So, woman, I'm busy doing YouTube. Anyway, so let's say, let me share my screen. Let's say you're a colonel. Actually, let's calculate what a colonel's pension is now. This is crazy, guys. You're going to crap your pants. So there's two systems. There's the old system and there's the new system. Now, a colonel in 05, a lieutenant colonel with 20 years of experience would be getting $10,544 a month. Now, under the old system, you get half of your check. If you do exactly 20 years, you get half of your check every month for the rest of your life. And it goes up with inflation, and you get like healthcare. So half of this colonel, so this colonel's retirement for the military, he would get this is before tax. This gets taxed. And some states don't, a lot of states don't tax this, by the way. So keep that in mind too. $5,272 a month as a colonel, lieutenant colonel. Okay. If you stay, the longer you stay in, the bigger your pension. So $5,272 for the rest of your life. That's a lot of money. And you could get that at 42. But the thing is, you got to be in the military for 20 years. Now, me, I don't get this because I'm in the reserves. So I don't draw a pension until I'm like 60. So it's going to be a while. But if you're active duty and you retire and you're a lieutenant colonel with 20 years, $5,200 a month. And that doesn't even include if you get like VA disability, right? If you get 100% VA disability, that's another $4,000 a month. Like, it's insane how much they pay for retirement. Now, if you're enlisted, let's see. I mean, most enlisted guys, I'd say probably, you know, if you have like a successful career, you probably retire as like an E7. So E7 with, where's the years? Hold on. 20s. I think it's right here. Let's just go with this. 5, 6, 7, 4. Yeah, so an enlisted guy, his pension would be 2,835. So you see the difference between officer and enlisted for the pay, at least. But even then, that's like a pretty respectable pension. So yeah, if you're just looking at it from a monetary perspective, oh yeah, it's worth it. Okay. But I didn't want to do 20 years on active duty. My dad did 30, by the way. He makes a lot of money in retirement. Let's see. In my opinion, all military people should have free health. I wish. Yeah, you should vote. Everybody vote to give me free healthcare. I'm sick of paying $240 a month for my healthcare. Let's see. Do you do accounting for the Army? Here's the funny thing. I don't. Does that make any sense, guys? I'm a CPA, okay? My full-time job is accounting, and I don't do accounting for the Army. It's incredible, but it's how it is. Let's see. NASA stock. Oh, God. Please tell me they didn't send you. No, I am not a JRTC. I'm not. I'm gonna hotel. This is honestly like it's not that bad, man. I could do this, you know. Saying I got a king all to myself, no crying kids, and I'm getting paid. What comments? Who you keep promoting this other YouTube? I posted your comments. You keep promoting another YouTube channel. Did you go from Enlisted? No, I went straight officer. I did a ROTC and then I commissioned. Finally, you got you enrolled in there. A better use of you. Oh, thank you very much. You know, I've been enrolled in the Army for like the past 10 years. 40%, not 50%. Yeah, they changed it. That's for the old guard. But for the new guard, the old guard is 50%. The new guard is 40%. But even then, like, okay, you get $4,500 a month as a retired 05. That's pretty good. They will inflate that 5. Hey, that's still better. Okay, most people don't even make $5K a month. Okay, okay, maybe that's probably the average person's salary, right? And these people are getting paid that to do nothing. You could, if you are smart with your money and you're not a clown, you can retire, like literally retire at 42. Is this real or clickbait? I am on Army training. I haven't been mobilized though. Don't you have VA healthcare? It's only for very specific things, but the VA doesn't cover, like, I'm not entirely covered by the VA. And I have a family too. So I got kids. Can I do programming for the Army? I'd go talk to a recruiter. I mean, I'm not a recruiter. I have no idea, but don't let them grift you either. Can you do a branch change at captain to finance? You know, I probably could. Or I probably could have tried to, but I think it's too late. Like, I'm too senior right now. Like, I don't think it's going to happen. So I'm in the reserves. I'm not in the guard. VT or to the moon. It's called a Ponzi scheme. Okay. If I'm a nurse, I heard I can join and become an officer immediately. Is that, well, yeah, nurses are officers. I don't know the exact process, but it's if you're a nurse, dude, it's not a bad deal. Like, okay, you put on a uniform, you do the same freaking thing, and you get an extra. Well, and be careful with this. Just make sure, see what your employer has to say about the military, because if your employer doesn't pay you during the 14 days in the summer, you might not make as much money as you think. But if your employer is like paying you on top of that, like if you work for the federal government, right, they pay you while you're at drill. So I remember when I was at NASA, this is one of the huge perk at NASA, is I would go to drill and they would pay me. Like I would go 2 weeks and I would get I would get double paycheck. I would get the NASA paycheck and I would get the military paycheck. Not a bad deal. What is your job? I'm human resources right now. I used to be infantry, but not anymore. All right, guys, that's kind of it. Have I sold you on the military? Y'all going to go enlist tomorrow? It's not a bad deal. That's basically why I'm in. The pay's not bad. And the health insurance is huge. Huge. But all right, that's a little bit of that. Don't worry. I'll be talking about stunks once I actually read the news. Will not be the same as your civilian job. It will be 10 times more political and you are official. Oh, yeah, it sucks. I mean, yeah, at least in the active duty, I hated it. Reserves, like, even if you hate the military, you have a month between drills. Like, it's a month. You get a whole month off. You only do 2 days, and then you're done, and then 2 days, and then you're done for a month. It's like, it's not that bad, okay? Even if you hate the military, it's not as bad as being on active duty. OMG, I was human resources, too. Yeah, whatever. It's okay. I mean, I wish I could have been like intelligence or something, but I chose my path and here I am. All right, guys, that's it. Talk to you later.